If your struggle only pays someone else's bill, you are not winning, you are competing with losers. We live in a world, where people fight for the right to be broke and to stay broke. People hustle hard, but they haul for someone else. They stay busy building wealth that they will never own. So today I'm going to expose that trap that keeps you rolling in circles and how to escape. Remember, there are three root causes of all financial problems, no matter what it is, and no matter the part of the world you live, whether you live in Sweden, Switzerland, UK, Canada, US, wherever, Vanuatu, and all the places that people join from. There are only three root causes for all financial problems. The first root cause is you don't earn enough. You don't earn enough money. And because you don't earn enough money, you are perpetually broke. You're perpetually struggling because until you earn enough money, you cannot invest, you cannot have emergency fund, which is the problem with a great percentage of the people in the world. They do not have emergency fund. I heard from Dave Ramsey's program the other day that majority of Americans do not have $400 for emergency. That's a very, very catastrophic situation. So we need to fix this tonight. Of course, the other two causes, root causes of all financial problems, are lack of financial literacy, and the third one is what I call soul poverty. You still move around with malice, with bitterness, with all the things that clog your energy. Mind you, money is energy. Wealth is energy. And so when you have all that, lack of forgiveness, you're having malice, you're jealous, you're even angry with a creator. Because I find people who come to my events or to my posts and they pour all kinds of toxic comments from nowhere. I don't know these people and I don't know what they're dealing with. Those things block the money channels, the energy channels in your life. So what we are dealing with today is particularly with the very first cause, not enough money. So if your struggle only pays someone else's bills, you are competing with losers, and we're going to fix that tonight. Okay, so let's talk about the problem and how it manifests. So there's the quiet tragedy that no one sees. You have to wake up at 4 a.m. if you live in Lagos, and then in some parts of the world, you wake up at 5 a.m., you grind, you show up daily. But you ask yourself, really, as you do all this, 10 years, 20 years, some people have done that, 30 years, waking up every day at 5 a.m., programmed to go grind. And then you ask yourself, does this struggle pay your bills, or theirs? So there's a class of people who designed the system so that you work and they own. You compete and they collect. So you have to be aware that this is the way the system is set up. If you don't understand the money system of the world, you are going to struggle. You are going to be played instead of being the player. And so you struggle, but they own. You do the work, but they own the assets. And then you have to ask yourself, are you actually a worker or an owner? And this is particularly important if you are in the second half of your life, like myself, people who are already 35 and above. I keep on emphasizing the importance of the ownership mentality, because if you are 40 and 50 and you still work and you don't own, the future is not looking good, especially in this century. If you only work and you don't own, the future is not looking good. Somebody can actually type that in the comment section. Okay, so hello. Yes, Festus, good evening. Robinson, good to have you. Augustine, good evening. Yes, good to have you here. Good to have you here. All right, and if you're joining us live for the first time, just type first time in the chat section and then I will welcome you. Yeah, this is a community, and I like that Festus is saying, good evening, brothers and sisters. Yes, we are a community from around the world with a simple goal and with a collective goal to become financially fit so that we can fulfill God's purposes for our lives, not so that we can make money and go out there and oppress people and then show off our big cars and big mansions. That's not what this channel does. This channel helps you to break the mental barriers, the psychological barriers that have been keeping you poor for 40 years, for 50 years, and will keep you poor forever if you do not break them. That's what we do in this channel. We do not come here to show off wealth or anything, but to break those things, to help you to understand the system that is designed against you. The system was not designed for any of us. We go to school 20-something years, first 20-something years of our lives are between the classrooms, because many of you started in the creche at 3 months because your mother had to go back to work. And then you started creche at 3 months. So literally all your first 23 to 25 years of life spent in the school system. And then you come out, you're 50 now, and you're still broke. You are 55 and you still haven't gotten your financial act together. That's why we do what we do here. Aziz said, I have just shared this live session in the Telegram. Okay, very good. Very good. Okay, so now I want you to imagine what I have seen. You see, the employee has killing KPIs. Sometimes, you're giving targets that are impossible. I've had bankers who come to my office and they say, I have a target of 5 billion naira this month. I either get it or I'm sacked. Impossible KPIs that they give you. But meanwhile, the CEO's children are somewhere chilling in Switzerland. They're somewhere chilling in America. And you are there because you work and they own. Never forget the distinction. And by the end of today, by the end of this session, I hope I would have installed a very strong ownership mentality, because wealth is ownership. If there is a word that I can equate wealth, that word wealth to, is ownership. Owning assets, not renting. And many of us in our 50s, we are still renting everything in life. We don't own anything. And then so the CEO gives you KPIs, but his children are in Switzerland chilling. Or think about the creators like myself. And then some of you, you're busy creating every day, posting every day for exposure, while Instagram is pocketing $100 billion. Why? Because they own the platform. You must own something if you are going to escape the rat race. So, but some of us may not own YouTube. But there are ways we can actually own these things. And that's why I like the stock market a lot. Literally everything. My investment philosophy is that literally everything I use, I own it. So I use the banking apps and the banks every single day. And then instead of just being a user, I own the banks. So I go to the stock market and I buy the banks I'm using. So anytime the bank charges me, it's actually my business. And instead of just being a creator in Google, being a creator on YouTube, I buy Google share so that even as I'm creating, I also own a part of the profit of the company. Is this making sense to somebody? I'm stressing ownership, okay? There's also the entrepreneur, like many of you, undercharging just to stay busy. It happened to me and still going broke. it happened to me until I stopped it. I kept undercharging because I needed to pay bills. And I found that clients were literally abusing me. So, like terribly abusing me. So I was just working, staying busy. But by the time they finish paying me, what they pay can't pay the bills. For the past 1 week, we haven't had electricity in this estate. So some of you in Nigeria know about the power problem. And I've been running my diesel generator every single day. I've been running diesel generator for almost a week. I subscribe to Starlink, and I pay huge subscription every month to do that. And lots of things, that I use. But I undercharge. And so by the time they finish paying me as an entrepreneur, when some clients finish paying me, I can't do anything. It's a loss because it doesn't cover the cost of my business. And so what I learned, because I had to stop abuse, if you cannot pay me, so I'd rather have 3 people who can afford my coaching services than to have 300 people who pay me peanuts. It's much more exacting, much more difficult to deal with 300 people than just 3 people, who can pay and cover all these costs. Is this making sense to anybody? So, sense of ownership. So here is the bitter truth. You are racing for a prize that was never for you because the system did not design that. So type this in the comment section. If your struggle doesn't create capital, it's a treadmill, no matter how fast you run. Type that in the comment section. I want it to sink in. If your struggle or your hustle right now does not create capital, it's a treadmill, no matter how fast you run. If your struggle doesn't create capital, because a lot of people are just struggling for the sake of struggle. And there's something that happens to a rat that's caught in a trap. I actually saw that play out one day. That's how I came by this metaphor. So a rat was caught in a trap. There was a rat that kept harassing us in the house. We didn't know where the thing came from. So I bought this sticky trap. I think it's not a rat, it's a mouse. Those tiny mice, very annoying, that they call Chinese rat. We don't know how it came. Some people say that it comes with shipping, with the shipping crates and things like that. Tiny rats, but extremely destructive and annoying. So we now bought these sticky traps and put some fish on it. And the rat went there and the thing caught it. It struggled. I didn't kill it because I don't usually have the heart to go hit something on the head. So I just left it there. And the rat struggled until it died. And as I was watching it, I just felt this is what happened to many of us. This is what happens to many people. We end up dying because of the struggle, not because of the problems. And then you go to cities like Lagos, people are struggling. They have forgotten why they struggle. They just struggle for the sake of struggle. So if your struggle isn't creating capital, it is a treadmill. Okay. All right. So what are we now going to do about these things? What's the solution? How can you escape? So I'm going to give you 3 moves, 3 lethal moves to break through. Because none of us should live like that. None of us. We were not designed. We were not designed to live like that. I'm telling you. It's the system. And you've got to break the system and then create your own system so that you will be in charge of your choices and your decisions, not the one that the system has made for you. So there are 3 lethal moves that you can make and you should make from this evening in order to break free. The first one is build ownership, not activity. Please type it in the comment section. Everybody, just follow me along. Remember, it's a coaching session. It's not just a teaching session. So type the first move. So there are 3 moves I want you to make so that you become financially powerful. And then you become financially free. The first move is build ownership, not activity. I plead with you, my friends, stop measuring your worth by how busy you are. In fact, when people just tell me, oh, I'm busy, I'm busy, I'm busy. Sometimes, wealthy people and people of purpose, powerful people, are not usually as busy as some of us just feign to be busy. Okay? So stop measuring your worth and your sense of importance, by how busy you are. Activity is what you do. Ownership is what pays you when you are asleep. So it's not activity per se that does the paying. It's ownership. Because you might be very, very active in that your place of work and very, very active. You work 3 shifts a day and things like that. But the owner is not there. It's not there doing that 2 a.m. shift, with you. He's somewhere sleeping and then you're making him money. All right. So the first move is to build ownership, not activity. Everything you do henceforth. Listen, if you start in your 20s is great. But from 35, I plead with you, focus on ownership. Focus on ownership, not on activity. In fact, what I have discovered myself growing up and being in this journey of wealth is that the more you own assets, the less busy you have to be, the less hustling that you have to do. Do you know why? Because at this time, it is your money that is working for you, not you working for the money. I'm telling you, I don't hustle and grind anymore. Like what I'm doing tonight, I'm doing it because I really love it. And I love to share it. And I love to see people have aha moments. I love after this for someone to tell me, thank you. What you taught me tonight has helped me. Many of you in the financial fitness group, my mentorship group, are there because of the eye-opening things you've been learning. And many of you tell me, some of you 60-something, some of you in your 50s, some of you in your 40s, mostly people in their 40s and 50s. And you actually tell me, I have been watching your videos and it changed my life. Do you know how gratifying that is to me? That people from all over the world, around the world, I get messages from Sweden. People are watching from Sweden. I get messages from Fiji Island. I get messages from Vanuatu, from Guyana, from St. Lucia, from St. Kitts and Nevis in the Caribbean, of course, from the United States, everywhere, Canada, UK. People saying, I watch your videos. And people from Nigeria, from Africa, different parts of Africa, from Namibia, from Kenya, and then they're Ghana, and they're saying, I have been watching your videos. Since I started watching your videos 2 weeks ago, it has totally changed my mind. And then if you feel the same, if you have been following this channel and you feel the same, testify in the comment section. Put it there so that others can see it. So that's why I do it. But I am less busy. I hustle less. I am less busy and I hustle less the more I grow my asset. Because my asset is doing the work. And remember, I've told you again and again, the major difference between the poor people and the rich is that the poor wake up every morning to go to work. This same work we are talking about. And they have to work because they don't own. But the rich wake up to check what worked while they were asleep. Do you see the major difference? They are all human beings, the same head. They all sleep and wake up. But when they wake up, they do different things. The poor people wake up to go to work. The rich people wake up to see what worked while they were sleeping. So that's a huge mindset difference. It doesn't start with money. It starts with mindset. Make up your mind to start owning things. Because the more you own things, the less busy you have to work and the less hard You have to work. Miriam says, I stumbled on your video on Facebook, and since then I listen to your videos every day. Thank you. Yeah, Rich David said, since I started watching your videos, I see money differently. That's the whole thing. Whoa, CC Talk TV3 said, I grew up in Guyana. That's amazing. Yeah, I get messages. I have so many friends from Guyana right now. So when I prepare to travel around the world and go to these places, there's no place that I reach that I cannot find friends. Okay, Nelson says, I'm watching from Lagos, presently a security guard, but I feel so rich right now because of this information. Absolutely. Mr. Black P says, watching your videos, and I started eBay selling items. And exactly, because I said that if you don't sell, you shouldn't eat. Very good. So I'm happy you started selling. Aziz said, yes, I can confirm that my view now is all about finance since I started watching your YouTube 3 weeks ago. And Mr. Black P is from UK. Absolutely. So that's the first move, all right? We're talking about 3 moves. The move number 2, the lethal move number 2, lethal, because it's going to slice through the traps and the chains around you right now and free you to make money in peace. So move number 2, leverage systems, not struggle. Please type that. Everybody type that. Leverage systems, not struggle. And please pardon me if I'm always talking about people in the later half of their lives, because I feel called to these people. I feel called to people 35 and above. And I feel particularly called to people 60 and even in their 70s, because now I'm 60 in a few months. And I can tell you without pretense that it's a hard journey, because in the first half of our lives, we did not have, or someone like me, and many of us in our 50s, we didn't have good relationship with money. We were never taught. We didn't have financial literacy. So we worked, and we were hurt. And so in the second part, by this time, we are already tired. We are already afraid and fearful of the future. We are already afraid about making certain investment moves that we could have made in our 20s and 30s, but we didn't know about them. Now you are 60. Investing in crypto appears very, very terrifying. Now you're 55. Putting lots of money in the stock market is very, very terrifying for you. But it shouldn't be. It's my journey, and I'm telling you, it is extremely possible. And I focus on systems. Build systems, leverage systems, not struggle. Systems to bring in cash flow regularly. Systems that will give you income. In the Financial Fitness Challenge, one of the key things I emphasize, and for those of us in the cohort 6 right now, that's one of the things that we are going to do. I'm emphasizing everyday money systems. Today, any day that I don't earn money, it's not necessarily a big amount of money. Any day that I don't earn money, I'm telling you, that day will be so terrifying, because I have to go and review why in the world didn't I make money every day. But it wasn't always like that. And then I'm just talking about little money. It might be $10, so it might be $100. Sometimes they've been $399 days and things like that. But and then some days $10, but something should drop every day into your wallet passively while you're sleeping, because you have the system to make it happen. It's happening because I have the system to make it happen. I have PDFs, ebooks, I have worksheets that I put out there that's helping people, and people are stumbling on it organically. I've not even started advertising. And they are paying me. So sometimes I wake up in the morning, and then I've seen credit alert. Isn't that the best way to wake up, ladies and gentlemen? So some of you wake up to music, Davido. I don't even know these musicians. What are all these musicians and popular ones in the US? Is there one called Chris Brown? I'm just so very, very removed far from these things because I have, sort of better things to listen to. I prefer to listen to Credit Alert than to Davido. Who is Davido? What music? And, so I don't know about you, but I prefer the Credit Alert sound to any of these funny beats. So you might, listen to that music, you finish dancing. Okay, so after that, what? You become hungry. Then you start looking for food, money to go and buy food to eat. But my own music is Credit Alert because I set up a system for 24-hour alert, because who wrote that law that you must make money only once in the month? It's a big scam. Why should you make money only once in the month? Whereas you spend money every day. So some of you have several debit alerts every day. In fact, type in the comment section, everybody, approximately how many debit alerts, how many times is your account debited on every day, whether it's your credit card account or your money app or things like that. Just type in the comment section. On average, 3 times, 7 times, 10 times, 2 times. How often is your bank account debited every day? Everybody, go ahead, type it in the comment section. All right, type it in the comment section. Okay, so Rich David said 1 to 2 daily. Nelson said twice. Then Puchi said 3 times. Yes, Olanike, my new music now must be Credit Alert. That's what Nika says. And that's true. That's my music alert. Okay, Bliss says 5 times. Joy says 4 to 6 debits a day, 3. Peace says 5 to 7 times debit a day. Can you imagine? 5 debits a day in a month. How many debits are that in a month? That is 150 times. And some people have more than that. 150 times. And then only 1 credit alert. Is there something wrong with that picture? And then for some of you who have 2, on average, 2 debits a day, that is 60 debits as against 1 credit. And you might say, but that 1 credit, it covers all the debits. Who told you? Because you don't understand the power of cash flow. So, if you are following my channel, one of your goals should be everyday money. Type it in the comment section. Everyday money. That should be one of your goals. And I already have so many videos talking about everyday money and how to make it happen. Just spend some time on the channel, look for those videos, set up the system. It took me years to set it up. And now it runs auto. Everyday money. If you follow this channel, one of your goals should be everyday cash flow. If you spend money every day, you should earn money every day. If you are not earning money every day, something is wrong. Your system is broken. If you're not earning money every day and you're spending every day, your system is broken. All right, so leverage systems, not struggles. Losers repeat tasks, winners repeat systems. Okay, and then a system that brings you leads without begging. A system that collects payment while you sleep. A system that multiplies money while you think. Okay, all right, so that's move number 2. Move number 3. Please change your competition. And I'm going to explain this. It's a power move. Remember, I said 3 lethal moves. Change your competition. Stop trying to out-hustle your neighbor or out-hustle that broke gym guy that is showing you very big cars that he hasn't finished paying for. But rather, start studying people who own the game. Start studying. So I spent time studying the Rockefellers. There's this documentary that came out a couple of years ago. I don't remember how many times I had watched it then, but it was really very powerful. I'm trying to remember the title of the movie. If you have watched it, please remind us the title so that people can go and watch it. I think it's Men Who Built America. And he talked about Andrew Carnegie, talked talked about Rockefeller and a couple of them. In fact, now that I remember, I will go back and watch that. Study the people who own things. Study Richard Branson. Study these people. They may have their problems. Study Warren Buffett so that you can get into a different game. I'm telling you, because I go to social media, especially Nigerian social space, and I look at the feed, what people are consuming every single day. Then I understand why people are struggling with poverty. And please, if you follow me and if you follow this channel, I beg of you, purge your feed, purge your social feed. I opened it, whatever, you see, Yul Edochie. I don't know who the hell these guys are. Believe me, I don't know who they are. There's one they call Yul Edochie, and then there's a lot of drama around somebody called May, maybe his wife or something. And every day they will post something useless, post their drama. Oh, this person is doing this person is abusing this one. And then you see Nigerians, you see 10,000 comments. Everybody, oh, Yul, oh, May. I don't even know. I don't even remember all the kinds of stupid gist that people. Then there's another one they call Very Dark Man, and I think he's really very loved. And then he comes, says, oh, one pastor was caught sexually violating a girl or something like that. That is news. For the rest of the day, Nigerians will be following, commenting, asking questions. Okay, have you gone there, please? What is the update? What do you need the update of that sort of thing for? If you're wealth-minded, that's why poor people stay poor. Because if I'm filling my mind with such things, how, God forbid, that's why people are poor. You are as poor as what you feed your mind on a daily basis. So if you are the gist loving addict, or this celebrity and dirty joke addict, all you scroll through social media is for skits and dirty jokes and things like that. That's what people enjoy, and they wonder why they are poor. You are as poor as what you feed your mind. You are as poor as the kind of people you move with. How else can I say this? You are as wealthy as what you feed your mind. Look at behind me. What do you see behind me? My wife and children will tell you, this is not a joke. Sometimes I pick a book and I'm reading till 3 a.m. while you are sleeping. I'm reading. I'm feeding my mind. And then you're wondering, where does this man get all this wisdom and all this success? And then I have specific people that I follow, even on YouTube, and I'm learning every day. In fact, in the past 1 week, I have consumed nearly 30 hours of Bitcoin information, because I have come to realize that I missed the Bitcoin revolution. I missed it when it was $1. Now it's $107,000, $108,000. I'm not going to miss it again. So I've been studying, educating my mind. So when do I have time to go and look at stupid Nigerian jokes and comedians and skits? When do I have time to go do that? And then people say, so how do you enjoy? How do you relax? Do I need those things to enjoy? Those things distract me. Seeing my purpose being fulfilled is joy. Spending this time with you. Look at where you are all coming from. Look at where you are coming from. And I'm having a conversation with you from around the world. Type your countries here. Type where you're watching from. Type your countries. Of course, I know that there's already Nigeria. Look at Jesse Helen is from Hyderabad. Where is Hyderabad? Please let me know. Type the countries. Okay, from Djibouti. This is Djibouti, Sweden, Nigeria, USA, Lebanon, Ghana, Luxembourg, Malaysia, London, Nigeria, Cameroon. Let me ask you, what better entertainment than having this conversation look at South Africa is still going on. South Africa, UK, Manchester, all in this room. Look at Argentina. Look at Mozambique. Okay, Hyderabad is in Pakistan. Look at somebody from Onisha. Another person from SA. Look at Kenya. How many comedy skits can give me as much fulfillment as having this opportunity to share my life, my 60-year journey with you? And to actually look at Malawi, look at Uganda, look at El Salvador, look at Costa Rica. By the way, Costa Rica, please expect me. I'm coming with my family to, I think it's called Navarro. Expect me, Costa Rica. I'm going to be there. Look at all the countries. So, ladies and gentlemen, choose your company, because the people you listen to affect your wealth, affect how wealthy you will become. So change your competition. Stop competing with those people. Start studying people who own things. Wealth is a mindset. So when you can get into the mindset of the Warren Buffetts of this world, the Jeff Bezos. I studied Jeff Bezos. That guy is brilliant. You see, there are all kinds of conspiracies against these wealthy people, and I can understand it. I can understand this guy, but I study them. I listen to Dangote when Dangote speaks. Many of us don't know him. What you see in Dangote is a mindset. When you study great minds like that, great business minds like that, then it helps both dead and alive. There are those who are dead. I still study them because there are books written about them. And it's amazing when you hear the kind of wisdom that Andrew Carnegie exuded at that time in the 1910s, 20s, 30s. This man said, I'm paraphrasing, he said he will never again be poor in his life because he has learned to master his own mind. These are the kind of people you should be studying. And I read Nightingale, I listen to Elle Nightingale, The Strangest Secret. If you haven't listened to that, it's on YouTube. Type The Strangest Secret on YouTube. Listen to it tonight before you go to bed. These are the kind of people. And so I can listen to Elle Nightingale. Then many times I jog in the mornings. When you see me jogging in the mornings, you usually see an earpod, a headphone connected to my iPhone. Guess what I'm listening to? I'm listening to these people. I'm studying them. I don't spend time watching CNN, listening to anything I should know comes to me. But I protect this mind. I protect it very, very seriously. And you should protect what goes into your mind. So change your competition. Okay, stop trying to hustle or be like all these people you see on social media. It's terrible. And most of these things you see posted on social media, the cars, the mansions and all that, they are all fake. All of them fake. They post those pictures and then put you under insane pressure to become what they are not. And this is why I encourage all the people who follow my channel, please take out time and define what success means to you. Define your own financial success. Otherwise, if you let the world define it for you. You know, yesterday somebody was here asking, sir, are you a millionaire? It's like you are not a millionaire. So who told you what my so if I didn't have the measure of my financial success, what financial success means to me, if I didn't have it defined, then I will let people define it for me, and then people will be judging me by their own standard. Who told you that my goal is to become a millionaire? When I'm looking at billions, you're talking about millionaire. So define what success means to you, change that game. So because competing with losers only earns you the right to lose on a higher level. So stop comparing yourself with your neighbors. Stop comparing yourself with the Joneses. Stop looking at the kind of clothes they wear, the kind of car they drive, the places that they send their children to school, and all those things. That's not who you are, and that is not real wealth. Is somebody loving this? All right, so let me hear your aha moments, and then take a couple of questions, and then we can round it off today, so you can all go and have incredible weekend. All right, yes, Bola House says what you feed your mind determines what you feed on determines what feed you, right? That's incredible. Laliko says, define what success means to you. Bola says again, you are as wealthy as what you feed your mind. Absolutely. Absolutely. And then Ferris Boomheadan, I'm sorry if I didn't get your name well, says, mention Jim Rohn. Absolutely. I love Jim Rohn. Yes. Jedi says, wealth is a mindset. Choose your company. Absolutely. Absolutely. What were your aha moments tonight? And what questions do you have that I can answer before we go? All right, Florence Shaw says, stop comparing yourself to your neighbors. Absolutely. That thing is so freeing when you stop looking at other people. The early century writer, Paul, the apostle, he said, those who compare themselves with themselves are not wise. It's not wisdom. My journey is different from yours. So my wealth journey is different from yours. Yours is different from mine. Okay, good. Some people make it, in quote, in their 30s. Others do it in their 70s. And it doesn't matter. What matters is that you arrive at where you dream to be, and that you fulfill your purpose, and that you are happy, fulfilled, and serving God and serving other people. That's all it's all about. So I'm 60. So I have not made it, in quote, yet. But Jeff Bezos made it long time ago. And I'm older than Jeff Bezos. You know, but our journeys are very different. So Jeff Bezos has multi-billions. Elon Musk made it. I think I'm about the same year. I'm also older than Elon Musk. I'm 60 this year. Elon is not up to 60. But we are different journeys. Why would I kill myself comparing myself with Elon Musk? No. I have my journey. I have my own definition of success. So that's what I'm going to focus on and make it happen. What I'm doing right now, for instance, Elon Musk isn't doing it, isn't doing this. You can't reach him. So this is my journey. But that is his own phenomenal journey. So I'm so thankful for a guy like him. But I can't start comparing myself to kill myself to generate $400 billion of wealth. I must generate $400 billion like Elon Musk. Am I Elon Musk? My journey is different. So I can't compare myself to it. I thank God for Elon Musk. I really like him. There are all kinds of conspiracy theories about that guy. But like I told you, I study people like that. Elon Musk is phenomenal. Whatever people say he is, he's an alien, he's whatever. I don't care. I'm using his internet right here in this village where I am. It's his internet, Starlink, that's what I'm using. Because all the other internet providers fail me. All the internet providers here, I don't want to mention their names, they failed. But this guy over there in America that doesn't even know me, and I don't know him, he created something of incredible value that I'm using here to reach you through Starlink. So I'm happy to pay him every single month. He deserves my money because of the value he pays. He deserves to be $500 billion in wealth. So don't envy him. And don't criticize him unnecessarily. The guy is good and he's solving problems. Okay. Ignatius says, very deep knowledge. Thank you very much. My pleasure. Okay. Competing with losers only earns you the right to lose more. Okay, that was your aha moment. Saida says, cash flow every day. Saida, welcome to cohort 7. Thank you for paying and joining. I will soon be with your cohort as I round off with the current cohort. So you guys over there should start discussing. Sometimes pick up one of the videos. Some of you can post it there. Start discussing it. Start having conversations around all these things, and then when I come, Robinson says building ownership and not activity. Absolutely. Okay. Joy is asking, what can someone do to get passive income? There's a whole lot. What I would suggest, Joy, is look around you at other people getting passive income every day. Just look around you. Find a way people are getting passive income every day and do it. So I get passive income, for instance, from investing in stocks. I get passive income from my online programs. I have books that I've written that are online, so it's passively. Sometimes we're like this, and then credit alert is dropping from somebody I don't even know, from somewhere, who saw my book and then bought it, and then the money comes to my bank account. So there are many things you can do to get passive income. And then please look out for the video. I actually talked about passive income and then passive income in one of the videos. Okay, Blue Wire Electric says ownership, everyday money, and change your competition. Fantastic. Elizabeth said my aha moment is making everyday money. Absolutely. Miriam says define my own financial success. Femi asks, what kind of investment do you suggest for someone that earn 100,000 Nigerian naira? It depends, first of all, on your investment goal. And if you're earning 100,000 naira, and I don't know how old you are, however old you are, you're thinking long term. So you're earning 100,000 naira means that you have to save to, first of all, not spend everything that you own, that you earn at the end of a month. So if you're able to set out 10,000 naira, it's okay. If you're even able to make it 20,000 naira, that's even much better. And you can put it in low risk investments like ETFs, exchange traded funds. You can also, in fact, that's a very good place to start learning. You can also put it in mutual funds. So I would say start with mutual funds. I started with mutual funds myself, in the mid 2000s, like 2003, 2004. I started with mutual funds until I developed the skill to out earn mutual funds with my money. I out earn. So I have a particular stock that in 7 months has done 150 something percent. I'm talking about Presco. So I recommended it to the people who follow my channel. November last year, December, it was 450 naira. Today, 7 months later, it is 1,275 naira. So if you had put in 45 million, for instance, that time last year, right now, you probably have 7 months after, you probably have about 130 million naira within 7 months. So mutual funds don't deliver that. They usually deliver, somewhere around maybe 18%, 20%. If they are extremely good, maybe 25% and all that. So you can start from there while learning. Then I would also suggest that the most important investment you can make, first of all, is investing in yourself. So even if you want to start using that 10,000 a month to subscribe to something, whatever it is, that can build your mind, buy books, listen to podcasts about wealth, develop it, because the money is not in the market. The money is in your mind. That's why it's important to build up your mind. Okay, so I hope that helps. Michael says, if your struggle doesn't create capital, you are running a treadmill. Yeah, this got me. Very, very true. Okay, every struggle that doesn't earn in capital is a big problem. All right, and there's so much more. That I'm not able to take today, but you can take some time and look at all those wonderful aha moments from people around the world. This is where we are going to end it tonight and also this week. The live meetings are usually Mondays to Fridays, weekdays, and this is a Friday. So this is where we're going to end it tonight. I wish you a very, very fantastic weekend, and I pray that your money wisdom your spiritual wisdom, your purpose wisdom will grow over the weekend. And then I'm going to see you again fresh on Monday evening with excellent insight and with more testimonials and results, because you're using the things that you're learning here. So whatever happens, ladies and gentlemen, keep showing up. Don't be discouraged, because you have no idea what's coming your way next. And I'll see you in the next live session.